I've noticed a startling trend in the Minecraft content creation community. Nothing super distressing, but something I think of note. Back in the olden days of Minecraft YouTube, creators would just kind of pop up. They would just appear and they would make content on their own, and eventually through either sheer brute force or creative work and personality, they would rise to the ranks of YouTube and would gain popularity. I'm talking about the kinds of creators that people look at as like father figures at this point in time, like Dancy Dam or Captain Sparkles or Snappy Longnose. But eventually, once these creators were quite large, they would intermingle a bit. They would create collaborative content and they would work together. People loved it, and then Minecraft died a bit. And then Minecraft revived. It was in a new light, and along with it, new content creators also rose to power. Now, instead of content creators being alone in their content creation, we're seeing them building an audience in groups. And we see groups of these smaller content creators basically banding together and growing together, only to separate once they've accrued enough of a fan base to support themselves. They don't necessarily do this, but that is what they could do at that point if they wanted to. We've seen this strategy a lot with Hermitcraft is one big one, although Hermitcraft was really since the start of Minecraft, like almost near the very beginning of Minecraft content creation, but they've really become more popular in this era. But we've seen it also a lot with the Empire's SMP, the Life series, and the Dream SMP, and even overarching all of them, the Minecraft Championships. And before that, Minecraft Monday, but that was earlier. I call this effect the content echo chamber, with content creators with similar personalities, content styles, and play styles will group together basically and just create as much content as they can together to share their view base with one another. And this kind of creates an ecosystem of viewership. I experienced this with Hermitcraft, where the first Hermitcraft member I discovered was Green, and I liked his content, and through his content I found Scar and Mumbo, and I liked their content. And then through Scar and Mumbo, I discovered Ren, Doc, Exuma, Impulse, Gem, Pearl, Iskal, you get the point. Whether the Hermitcraft members realize this or not, their creation group allows them to practically create a snare for viewers, rolling them back and forth between their own ranks. This isn't malice on their part. I'm not saying that they're doing this intentionally, or even that if it was, that is a bad thing, because it's really not. It's very smart and completely fair. There's no legitimate reason to not really do this. It allows creators to create entirely new levels of content, bigger content, better content, etc., etc. It's really a win-win all around. Creators can get more viewers and a more robust community, and the community gets better content. I mean, I'm not going to complain about better content. I don't think many people would. Plus, we get content at a faster rate if they're able to send us around the ecosystem to different creators of the same group. This effect is exponentially more effective when you consider aspects like MCC, where yes, there's the creator groups, but then the creator groups create a bigger group of creators, a group of creator groups, practically. There are, of course, some exceptions to this rule of this content norm, we'll call it. I consider content creators such as Philza or Dream to an extent, who actually managed to hack the system, if accidentally, to gain viewers faster than ever really seen before. These two are example exceptions. To a lesser extent, Minecraft creators who find a niche, such as Speed Silver, the Mr. Epic, Luke the Notable, and Skip the Tutorial, who can gain viewers simply because their content is, again, so unique that there's not really anywhere else viewers can go to find their sort of content. But finding a niche this effective is extraordinarily difficult. It's not something that most content creators are capable of doing. Unfortunately, this is the biggest issue for this current system. It works great for people who are already in the loop and already creating content, because it's easier to sustain viewership if you already have connections and a decent following, but those attempting to enter the arena may find it challenging to get a foothold. Many don't have the time to sink into their content that others do because their job isn't content creation. They have school or college or other responsibilities that they can't just disregard. Or maybe they don't have a group of friends to start creating content with and build up an echo chamber of their own. People who may be just as great as creators, but are left behind some of the big guys simply because they don't have the resources. I'd like to shout out Ryan the Skyon, British Weirdo, and Switchback Mongo as a few of my favorite creators who I feel like are a little bit in this scenario. But I assure you, there are many more, even myself to an extent, who have no connections like a lot of the larger creators do. And I certainly don't have an echo chamber of my own to build a viewership with. And I also don't have the time to crush myself for the sake of content. Even massive creators like Philza or DanceDM say that building their channel was such a self-destructive process that it was not good for their health, we'll say that. So it seems that in some cases, the only option may be destroying yourself for your content. But why should it be? Why does it have to be that the only ways to become major creators is to A, destroy yourself for your content, B, have connections, wink wink nudge nudge, C, get really lucky, or D, be patient to the point of ridiculousness. These standards sound more like the American post-secondary education system than it really should YouTube. But this is simply what I've observed throughout my many years of watching YouTube. Heck, I never really expect my channel to pop off, so I'm ultimately choosing option D. If it works out, it works out, you know. But let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed, please subscribe, and let me know what you think. Am I right? Am I wrong? Am I sort of right, but I'm missing something? That's entirely possible. And, I don't know. Have a good day.